What's up, everybody? Good to be back. Okay, so we have a lot to cover today, obviously. We got smoke coming in hot. Well, I'll be honest with you. I got scared off of Icelander because of I think that we're going to see a lot more OG Dash come forward in the meta. I think people are sleeping on it right now. So kind of got scared off Icelander a lot. Plus, she's kind of on her way out. So I was like, am I really... There's a lot to learn, obviously, and she might be around for Worlds. But I'm trying to think a little bit further than that. Try to extract some value from a hero that's going to be here a while. It's kind of my thought process there. But I'm not decided. I still haven't selected on a deck for Dallas. Between either I will be either playing Dromai or Lexi or Icelander. It's kind of like what I'm looking at for Dallas currently. But we got a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what I'm predicting for Dallas and Taipei as well for this weekend. And then also, but please not Dromai of all things. And we have a new set to talk about. We're going to talk about that real quick as well. Throw in some speculative stuff, just some stuff that I've observed in the art and stuff like that. Kind of lead us toward, maybe what we could see coming. Maybe not. Just depends. So that's kind of what we have planned for today, and then we're going to end with some Dromai gameplay. Just kind of play some games. I'm trying to. I've played. I want to say 40 games in the past 3 days. I want to say of Dromai. I'm really trying to hunker down and learn that hero. Maybe, whether I decide to play it or play against it, I think there's value to be had in knowing that hero specifically. So just trying to get a better understanding that I think will pay dividends is kind of my thought process. I'm not all in on the hero. It's not my new main or anything like that. I am just testing the waters. It could end up that way. You never know. But that's where things are currently at. So let's talk about this new set that just got announced, right? We had this just drop on the on both Twitter and obviously the fabtcg website. For heavy hitters, and I was in the Discord talking with some people before I hopped on the stream, and they made a key observation that this looks like what you see on the left and right side looks like the border of a card. So that's probably going to be our new border for whatever area that we go. Obviously, based on the art here, it kind of looks like we're going to the Savage Lands just off of the bones, just kind of giving those type of vibes. And however, we obviously have an arena here. So it could be anything. What jumped straight to me is technically anything can fight in an arena, right? But with that being said, it seems like they want to be very thematic. I don't expect any arcane in this set, obviously, because that's kind of off theme. Not impossible, just don't really see it. What my speculation for this set is maybe Warrior, Guardian, Brute are kind of like the three classes that I'm kind of leaning toward the most. Anything that kind of jives with. I even looked at the classes that have already been spoiled that are not currently in the game, like Cleric, Necromancer, and Alchemist. None of those really kind of hit home on the theme really at all. So I'm not really expecting those per se, but you never know. Yeah, so I'm thinking one thing that I'm looking for is kind of like the Evo mechanic, except for weapons. What kind of leans me toward that? Anybody that's seen like Gladiator or anything like that, any type of movie that revolves around that. what's the first thing a gladiator does? They go and select a weapon of choice, and then half the time they break during combat, and you go grab another. So I'm expecting some type of like maybe temper mechanic on weapons, and then you have to like re-equip the weapons kind of situation. Is kind of what I'm speculating on. So just like Evo, no different. Just think of like you have an arsenal of Talishars, right? And they break after so many uses. So this is the key art. You're saying behind these people are fighting whatever that is. An animal. These people are fighting whatever that is. An animal handler or something like that. Something along those lines. Might have an Emperor Daddy up there or something. January, that time frame there. But also, they are doing a celebrational event, which seems pretty cool. Invite to problems. Okay, we should be back. Let me mark that down. 45 is the frames. Okay, we should be back. Let me know, chat. Let me know, chat, if we are back. Sorry about that. I do apologize. 3 tower shards in inventory. Okay, once again, sorry about that. Sure do apologize. I don't know how far I was lagging, but basically I was just going over the celebrational event and just saying that they're inviting some guests. Check out the area. Apparently it's really awesome. Spend some time there if you do plan on going. Super excited. One thing that I did hear that I really disagree with on a take for the new set is I know a lot of people are saying Brute exclusive set. I do not think they're going to do that. They started when you were talking about weapons. I appreciate it. So I think that somebody mentioned that they thought it could be like an all Brute set. I really disagree with that, simply because they realized that Bright Lights was like a very risky product release. And I just don't think that will happen. Like, if you know you're doing something really risky, it doesn't make sense to line 2 of them up. It just doesn't, like, like doing something risky and doing something risky twice are 2 separate things. And if I was a betting man, I'm like 99.9% sure that this is not a class exclusive set. We could have a new talent like Gladiator or something like as a talent, but you know, it is what it is. So super cool. Really awesome. Really looking forward to seeing what this is about. So let's talk about the meta in Dallas, in Taipei, right? The 2 callings coming up, and then also the ProQuest. So we can't really analyze the ProQuest in the same way. It's very important to not. You just can't treat ProQuest and Dallas the same because there's a lot of local influence there. You kind of know what's coming. So like deck selection is going to be a more definable variable, right? You can say, okay, I know I have a lot of Azuris in the area, so maybe I could lean more toward Dromai instead of Lexi. So that's kind of the thought process there. So let's spend our time today talking about more calling level events, the next 2 coming up, because I think, well, actually 3, if you count the one in Australia, but that's kind of closer to Worlds. So let's talk about those, kind of what to expect. We had a couple events over this past weekend. We had, 3 Battle Hardens. 1 Battle Harden was Blitz, but its PTI event was CC. So we had, 4 collective total CC events this weekend. Spoiler alert, Lexi won every one of them. No big surprise there. With that being said, we saw some interesting hero selection choices. Like for the Battle Hardened in Milwaukee, 7 Vinsets showed up. I'm a Runeblade fanatic, but I don't think that's correct or indicative of a meta that we will see. I don't know if that was just people in the area love playing that. I have no idea. But what I do know is that that is not a very strong choice, right? And with that being said, I also think that there was a little too much Dromai. I wasn't expecting that much. I'm not sure if that is reflective, because another very interesting data point was the one in France, the Battle Hardened in France had Dromai as the top represented deck, and not a single one made it into top 8, which is kind of scuffed, you know? That's pretty odd, to say the least. However, you know, Dromai is a very difficult hero to play. There's no way, no way that somebody can understate that, right? And also, they're having to adapt to multiple moving pieces. Maybe they over-respected mechs that didn't really show up, and you know, didn't respect Lexi enough because they thought some people might be scared of it, right? And so, one tool that I actually love to utilize is basically the meta analysis data on FABREC. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? Oh, this is Talishar data. It doesn't matter. No, that's not how you use it, right? I would never, ever look at this chart and say, I would never look at this chart and say that this hero is this win percentage into this one, right? I would never use this data in that way. Because it is Talishar, right? It would be ludicrous, right? Because you don't know what level people are playing these games. But it is a large enough sample size that it creates a decent average. And that makes it a valid data point, right? So that is a key thing to look at, right? So, one of my favorite things to utilize this data is the number of reps people are putting into a hero, okay? Now, you have to... Newer heroes or classes that get new hyped cards are going to be a little bit inflated. For example, we know for a fact that Lexi is better than, say, Dash.io. If we go to Lexi, we see 3,500 games total, and then Dash.io, we have 8,600, right? Well, that's because people are interested. This is new. This is fresh. People are interested in playing it. People try to figure it out, things like that. That is going to factor in to that number. However, if a hero is stale and there's no real innovation in that hero, it's a very good indication of how many people are interested in playing that hero. Are all these people going to the calling? Absolutely not. That would be crazy to say, right? However, it is a good way to kind of gauge the interest of a hero, right? It wouldn't be a far shot to say that people are twice as interested or 3 times interested in Bravo as they are Arachne, right? That makes perfect sense, right? So what I like to do is kind of go... Sorry, chat. That's a lot of red. That's a lot of red. Okay. Jeez. Okay. We thought this was bad. Okay. So I'm just looking for kind of relative data points as I go through these, and we'll go through them real quick. So nothing crazy there. Well, first we have to get a baseline. We kind of have to skim, kind of see how much the heroes are being played. So we got 6.2 on Dromai, about half that in Dory, and about half that in 4.6, 3.3. decent uptick in Fi, considering that the same amount of people are playing. Well, maybe not so much. 3.1. Katsu seems like he's fallen off a little bit in play as far as like the numbers. Kano will always be low, just sheerly on the difficult aspect of the hero. No surprise there. Max is a new hero, so we can't count that in. Still 3.5k for Lexi, and yep, nobody's playing Riptide. Go figure. 6.2k, and it's all red. Does he have a favorable matchup? Wow. Imagine your best matchup is the mirror. Oh, man. Yeah. 3.5. Okay, so it seems like the baseline, like the average, like an average hero, is around 3,000. That is like an average interest hero, right? So Reinar being at 1.9, he is not receiving a lot of interest in playability, right? Lexi is, and also you kind of can't count Lexi. She didn't get anything new. Everybody knows how to play her, kind of the situation. So a lot of people are not going to be playing her a whole lot on Talishar right now if they're trying to practice for a event. And then Icelander's numbers are just kind of skewed lower because Wizard in general. Decent amount of interest in Fi. I wasn't expecting 3.4. That's the same as Lexi and the same as Azalea as well. So I think that a lot of people are starting to look at this as a counter to Dromai, of course. And then a lot of interest in Bravo. So for the non-new heroes, right? The heroes that are not new. We have 3.5. I think it's Bravo's the highest out of the old heroes. Nope, it's Dromai and then Bravo. So Bravo is, or Dromai is getting the most games at 6.2, and then Bravo is not crazy far behind at 4.6. So we got a lot of people playing Dromai, a lot of people playing Bravo, and an uptick in Fi is kind of what I'm gathering from this data. And everything else is kind of what we expect or what we have seen before. Nothing too crazy. With that being said, hang on 1 second, chat. Dog is whining. Okay, so that's what I like to use this data for. Win percentages are decent, just like it was said in chat. Just the law of large numbers. Although you don't really know the skill, and anything that's very difficult to play, you kind of have to give it a buffer to get a kind of realistic number, if you will. Because things that are harder to play are going to have a lower win rate. That's pretty safe to assume. So with that being said, let's look at the win percentages, not give them a whole lot of credit. We're just trying to get like an overarching data point, just like a macro level analysis. We're not going to say that the best deck is Lexi because it's 62% win rate on Talishar. Lexi is the best deck because it has been for several months. And it just happens to also be on Talishar. So in second is going to be Dromai at 59. Pretty close behind. And then we got Bravo at 57, Azalea at 58. We also have Icelander at 59 as well. So we have a decent number of heroes, this is actually very interesting because when we were at the kind of like Pro Quest level, or at the right before Pro Tour, maybe just after, it was very interesting because it was like Lexi and Oldham were like 60%, and then no other hero was close. Like the next hero was like, or it was Briarswell was like right there at 60%. And then everybody else was like 53 or lower. So we're actually seeing a lot more mixed up. That could be indicative of a healthier meta, but it could also just be people trying new things and new things not working, people being too fancy, things like that. There's no real telling. It's just some data points that I like to look at. One thing that I really like to actually take into consideration is the win percentage going first or second, right? So let's say you're a Dromai player and you don't know whether to go first or second in the mirror match. I think that that is a fantastic data point, right? So you can go to the Dromai matchup and go to the Dromai versus Dromai and see that you have a 56% win rate going second. That's not as large of a skew, but you can probably go over here to Lexi, where her win percentages drastically go up when she goes second in some of her matches. Like this, for example, right? Against Icelander, you have a 55% win rate going first versus 67 going second. I think that those are very good data points. If you ever like on the rope about whether to go first or second, check this out. See if there's like a big difference there, and it might be worth looking into. I'm not guaranteeing that it's always right, but like this one right here, going second, 71% versus 50% first. Like that's got to be worth something, right? Might not be exact, but it's got to be worth something. So, why are we talking about this? Well, it's no secret that Lexi is kind of overperforming still. Nothing's really changing. Dromai we also saw a lot of the Dromais, which I'm not gonna lie, this kind of shocked me a little bit. The Dromai players in Milwaukee, the ones that I saw, a lot of them that did well did not have Tome in their deck. For those of you who don't know, I mean Tome of Imperial Flame, which requires the Crown of Dominion as a headpiece to make you royal, so you get the effect. And I was really shocked by that. I'm not 100% sold that it is like the way to play. I mean, I've had a lot of success with it, and it is in my list 100%. However, I'm more than willing to be told that that's wrong. Like I wouldn't ignore the person if they said it was wrong. But you know, they would definitely have to prove it. So for calling Taipei, okay, we can't give too much weight to they didn't play it because they couldn't find them in time. That makes sense. That makes sense. For the I'm surprised MinMax didn't have it. I mean, maybe they didn't open enough. That would make perfect sense because it was like the weekend of release. What's going on? I'm doing well. I hope you are as well. So for calling Taipei, what I'm expecting is in the Battle Hardens, we saw that Dromai, in a lot of them, Dromai was the most represented deck over Lexi. I'm expecting that to shift back over to Lexi. So I am expecting her to return to being played or being the most played deck. Probably around a healthy like 20-25%. Pretty easy. Especially now that, you know, we've realized that maybe the stuff can't compete with her because she won every single event this past weekend. So that's just a data point that you cannot ignore. When she completely sweeps the weekend out of 4 events, then you know, I'm glad you brought that up. I think Dash, especially OG Dash, is going to have a huge showing in Taipei. I think OG Dash will be the third most represented deck. I think it'll be Lexi, Dromai, and then OG Dash. The reason for that is I think that we were talking about this in the Discord the other day. I think too many people are just taking what has already been built. You know, like Sam Sutherland in his Nats winning list has kind of been like the go-to list for Dash in the past few months. And they're kind of taking that list. I'm guilty of it too. It's exactly what I did in my testing. I was like, I took his list, I put in Twin Drive to make the high octanes and the max velocities, you know, work a little bit better, a little bit more fluid, and, you know, just run it back, right? And it's a good list, don't get me wrong. Like that, doing that does not create a bad list. However, it does leave a lot of the other stuff not like unexplored, right? Like the battery protocols and stuff like that. You just don't know the different combinations of things you can do. I did see the turtle dash with the evos, and we'll talk about that in a sec. I don't think that's going to make a massive showing, but I think it's very interesting. Like very interesting. So yeah, I think OG Dash will make up the third most represented deck. I don't think Turtle Dash will make up a significant percentage of that because it can't beat Dromai consistently. At least I don't think it can. So let's talk about Turtle Dash for a sec. I think it's worth talking about. I've kind of been a little bit of a fan of the list since it came out. Jacob Baugh took it to top 8 in nationals. I think T also helped create it, and it was very innovative, right? It was something unique, something people had never seen, and the problem with it and why it did not show up at Pro Tour Baltimore was it could not beat Lexi. Like the fact that Lexi could stack her damage up so much, you just couldn't do it, right? Lexi would just sit back, wait for a double Rain Razor's 3 of a kind, and then just blow you out. And you couldn't. I swear, don't get disrespectful. I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on it at all. I think it's pretty neat. But like, there was no way for Tree Frog Dash to punish anybody from setting up a very large turn. So like Lexi and Briar were kind of your worst matchups, right? Channel Mount Heroic and would just, blow you out because all the damage is stacked in like a 2-turn cycle. You don't really have enough to like mitigate that because you don't have a whole lot of armor, stuff like that. With that being said, this new Tree Frog Dash with the Evo equipment is very interesting because if you think about it on the surface, right? What do you want to do when Lexi tries to set up? You want to play like a CNC, right? And what does that do? They block 2 cards. They throw like a 1 for, or they throw like a Remorseless at you with +1, and then they wait another turn, right? For their big turn, if you will. And however, instead of throwing the CNC, I mean, throw it if you have it because it's in the Tree Frog list. But like setting up an Evo is kind of the same result. You're not disrupting them, but at the same time, like, it's like reverse disruption. It's like, oh, you're gonna set up. Let me build this armor so that way when you do have your big turn, I can mitigate a lot of it, right? And yeah, I just really thought that was a neat innovation. I thought it was very creative. I think it's good. If that list can beat Lexi, then it's really good. There's no doubt about it. The only problem is you got 5 moving in to take care of Dromai, so like you probably lose that matchup really bad. And so I don't know. If I was gonna play that type of deck, I'd probably just play Dromai. I'd quit beating around the bush and just play what kind of plays around the same game plan, but just play a more honest game instead of relying on the surprise effect is kind of where I'm at with it. But very neat. Okay, so top 3 decks I think will be Lexi, Dromai, and OG Dash in that order. Okay. And after that, it'll be like Bravo and then kind of other heroes like Azalea and stuff like that, right? In like the lower represented. However, I think that there will be a shift. I think there'll be a heavy correction. I think there's going to be something. I'm putting my money on OG Dash as being the overperformer in the calling type A. And I think that there's going to be an overcorrection at Dallas. I think that it'll be like the first calling where, if Dash does really well, gets like 2 in the top 8 or something, really well relative to the representation or so. And I think that Dallas could possibly lead to an overcorrection where we see, I think Dromai will once again come back as the most played deck over Lexi in Dallas, is my prediction. So I think Lexi's going to take it over in Taipei. And then when we come back, I think Dromai, as a kind of overcorrection recourse, will once again be the most played deck. That's kind of my prediction and what I think how it'll play out. I think Azuri is kind of losing equity by the day as Dromai moves in. That's a terrible matchup. And then Fi is moving in to kind of combat Dromai's. So, like, if you don't run into the Lexi after Lexi after Lexi, like, you're just not doing very well. So, that's kind of where I'm not really expecting anything. I think Icelander's a very solid pick as well. But I'm not really expecting anything out of the new heroes, unfortunately. Based off of the last tier list we did, I think that Dash.io is the best, but just not where you want to be right now. Giving up that 4 life and also giving up the item that OG Dash starts with is kind of asking a lot. Really is. So that is kind of where I'm at for my prediction for Dallas and Taipei. If you disagree, let me know in chat. Let me know if anybody has anything, different that they think is going to happen. Let me know. I would love to hear it. But also, if anybody has any questions about any of this data, ways to look at anything like that, let me know. Otherwise, we will go ahead and get into some Dromai games. Because why not? This is the list we're going to be playing today. Obviously, the name is very specific for a reason. And there's nothing too crazy here. Like, I don't have, like, any super secret sauce, if you will. Looks like pretty standard stuff. All I did was reduce the blue count in lieu of Tome. Basically to... can you toggle most played real quick? Absolutely, I can. If you're referring to the most played public decks, there you go. Or you're talking about this. Oh, I got you. There you go. So most played, we got obviously the new heroes are taking up the largest portion, but like we mentioned, we talked about Dromai being the Dromai making a large portion as well. And then Bravo, there's a lot more people playing Bravo than I thought. Kind of interesting to see 4.6 out of Bravo. Was not expecting him to be the second most played deck as far as out of the non-new heroes. Very interesting. But like I said, nothing extremely crazy here. Just pretty standard stuff. Just lower the blue count in lieu of the Tome. So let's go ahead and get some games going. It's doing that whole thing, which means Tower Shard is bugging. There we go. Okay. So what is good, chat? I think I talked for too long. Okay, we got Viscera off the rip. Okay. I think I want to start with some sort of tempo, although he can make Rune Chance first. I think we'll go first. I think that's correct here because he can bank the damage. We obviously don't want that. Not really interested in no room gloves. Since we're going first, doesn't really make sense. Um, as far as what he's trying to do, Lost in Thought is very good against this deck, solely because if you can rip their only attack, I've heard that's pretty good. So we will go with. We'll take out. We want the D reacts for sure. We'll take out the Miraging. Isn't there Miraging in here? Yeah, let's do that. And we'll put in the Lost in Thoughts. Let's do that. We don't need anything else. Yep, we're good to go. Okay. So off the rip, we have this, which is nice. Okay, so we have the slower build, so we need to start thinking. He's going to have some poppers, but this should be a... I don't know how many poppers he has, but probably a lot. We need to start playing like we know that. So Rake is going to be fairly important, and we need to save Chroma for the second cycle, preferably. We don't want to just throw those out there and lose them very quickly. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and activate gold to get that Ye Ol' Ash just to go in. I don't mind throwing the Yindarai out here either because it... the Scepter of Pain will not trigger because it will not deal damage. It'll be prevented if he targets the Yindarai. So we can kind of prevent that if he does go that route, and then we'll just pass. No reason to run the Yindarai into a popper on turn 0. So we want to put this up top, and then Arsenal this, and then we can kind of wait on the... we can either play this out. It really depends on the cards that I see. I don't mind sitting on this for a couple turns unless we draw like just a really bad hand. This is obviously a perfectly fine one. But I don't mind sitting on this for a couple turns, waiting for one of the big dragons, Dominia or Tumble Time, and kind of getting the play off of that. Definitely don't mind those. Okay, he's activating Grasp. What else? What else? I like this, chat. It's been a while since we've done some gameplay. It's been a minute since we've done some gameplay, chat. I like this. Okay, so we pitched 2 reds, a popper and a oath. Okay. So it looks like we're definitely going for the OTK situation here. He's probably going to arsenal like a reduced to rune chant or something along those lines. Okay, and he's just passing. That is perfectly cool. Too early to play this. We don't have the graveyard established, so it looks pretty straightforward. We are just going to go ahead and play. What we want to do is we will play the Rabble, then we're going to play the Kyloria, swing with the Kyloria because it's probably the worst one because he's willing to block. And then we'll have 1 card in hand, so that way we won't waste if we run straight into a popper. I feel like they tried to make Teklavos an OTK hero because of his equipment synergy with singularity causing 12 damage. I don't know what they were trying as far as CC. I think that was like a big... what's going on here? Okay. We got a dust up top that doesn't influence any decision that we currently have. So we are just going to let that one ride. He's probably just going to block this. Yep. I even called the card. I said it was reduced to rune chant, chat. I tell you what. You're going to wish you reduced something else. We're going to go and play this, pitching to burn them all. We did it this way. We went ahead and played the Kyloria. I know we don't want to give that information. The problem is if he pops the Yindarai on the swing, then we're stuck with 3 cards in hand and we can't furnace efficiently, right? In this situation, we don't mind him popping the Kyloria because we can just furnish the snatch and then we get quote unquote actual value from every single card in our hand kind of situation, just like this, right? So we just furnace and we get rid of this and we call it a day, right? No real actual loss there. and we keep a dragon on board, which is exactly what we want. Okay. The D-Reacts will become a liability later in the game. Not really in this deck. There's a lot of one cost and stuff, so it's not like anything huge. We got a Mordred Tide coming out. Maybe you read the runes to follow or incantation. That's probably a decent amount weaker play, but you know, it is what it is. I'm assuming that's going to come at me, and I can't prevent it, so it do be like that. The good thing about this list is what's going to end up happening is he's not going to have... Wave stops it, which stops a rune chant. That is value, chat. Wave just blocked 2, and it'll block another 2. That's hot. So for this one, we could do a slew of things. The thing that I like doing is I wanted to throw this dust up, but I think we'll give it up because it plays around whether he has a popper or not. It gets all the damage out front if we play the billowing and makes an Ashwing and gives us that AB if we need it. So we're going to do this. Then we're going to play the Kyloria. There is an argument to swing, and then dust up Furnace away. If we were going to do that whole line, then we probably would have played the Kyloria instead of the billowing. But yep, and then so here, let's get this out of the way, and then we're going to go Kyloria here once the gig is up. We need to go ahead and get the value from playing it now, or get it onto our board, and then swing the Ashwing in case he does have the popper. Because if we just had the Ashwing and the Yindarai, he was popping the Yindarai anyway with the popper. So once again, Yindarai is a lower priority in this matchup simply because he wants to block. So we're going to send that first into the popper if he has one. Yep, he has one, and that's perfectly fine. We're just trying to get all those poppers out. Okay. This is a good turn. We can make a push. Pretty good. Yep. He's probably going to send that in an Ashwing. That's what I would do anyway. Yep. Smart move. Okay. And we are going to put a little bit of pressure on that hand. Let's go ahead and rip the tome, because I want to play all of this. Okay, this is even better. So we definitely don't want this. Let's see, we have 3 resources total. So we can play. This does stop D-Reacts, which cannot be understated. I think it's the lowest prio here, though. So I think we gotta get rid of... Yeah. Then we go in Furnace to go up to 3. And then we go... Well, I think we need Lost in Thought first, and then make a decision based off of that, I think is what we need to do. So let's go ahead and look at that hand, see what we're working with, see how much pressure we need to apply. He has no attack, so we're popper free, so it's home free home, which means that this is obviously a way lower priority. Does he have any... Okay, he doesn't have any D-Reacts either, so this is a completely dead card, or it's, you know, not doing anything for us. So let's go ahead and activate that Furnace. Go up to 2 resources. We'll play these 2. Could have the D-React in Arsenal, but I mean, it is what it is. Down and dirty would suck. I'm not going to lie. That's fair. Got a nice board starting to establish. Yo, Dragons. Jason, what's up? We're doing things a little different today. Just a tad. Okay. We still got plenty of ash. We have the spectral shield in the event that he tries to scepter, which is pretty good. Pretty good. This hand is good. This is a good hand, chat. A very good hand. Holy shit. Okay. We play it all, chat. We play it all. We play the whole thing. And this is where it just starts to get a little silly. Like, sure, you're at 10. I get it. But with the chroma here, he has to have 2 poppers here, basically. And we turn off the D-reacts, which means they actually clunk up in his hand. This is not going to be good for them. So we're going to go here into here. And then the play is we're going to furnace the Necry away, play the Thamai to turn off the D-reacts to kind of clunk them up in the hand, if that is the case. Okay, then we'll go ahead and furnace this away. Come on, pass priority faster. Holy cow, bro. Come on, push the button. Thank you. Okay, swing with Chroma first, just to gain that action point, also protected by Miragi. Miragi? Which one is it, chat? Y'all let me know. I'm from Alabama. I'm not qualified to know. Yep. Bro, you gotta click faster than this. This is going to take ages if you don't. Chat, we might have to leave this one. I'm not gonna put you guys through this. When you swing in 13 dragons, you can't be not hitting the pass button. This is where he tries to play a D-react, realizes he can't request to enable chat, and I have to tell him that the my stops D-reacts. How much you want to bet, chat? Okay. Okay. I don't know if sending. I mean, I think we banked this one. Oh, we have a Yindara hiding. Look at that, chat. We found a dragon. We got so many that we have little arrows here where we scoot them down. Look at that, chat. If he's taking all this, we'll go ahead and send the mirror guy. See why not. All right, we get to do the same thing next turn. Just send the Lost in Thought, snatch the popper, and win the game. Sure, bro. The game ain't lasting that long. Yes, you have a lot of doom counters. Okay. We will Lost in Thought first. See what we're working with. All D reacts that he can't play because of the Mai. That is G. Actual G. Holy shit. Wow. Rip. Okay. That's it. He can't even stop the draw here, which is why we're swinging with this first, so we can kind of look at what we got. Wow. Literally has reduce, 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 sink blow with a Thamai out. Four D react. Sink, triple reduce. 2 yellow, 1 red. Sorry, that was me that time. And this is where he tries to D-react it and can't. Oh no, okay, he knows, he knows. So here we might as well just play this. Don't really have enough ash to support an Ubu. Oh, now he's clicking quick. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. You got it. Do I still have a chroma? I don't even know, chat. Mm-mm-mm. Who knew Thamai broke Viscera? Who knew? Who knew? Uh, okay. Who lost in thought? I would have lost in thought. It'll be over soon, Chad, I promise. Come on, let's put in work. I don't think Looming Doom is working, but I don't think it matters. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Good game, good game. Rematch, no thanks. Gonna have to pass on that one. Yeah, he was pinging. I don't think Looming Doom says hero. I think it just says target. So I think he was. That's how he killed my Chromai, I believe. Was he Looming Doomed it? No, I'm not doing this. Sorry. I can't do that again, Chad. I'm sorry. I have to respect your guys' time. Fi. Okay. We have to learn this anyway, don't we? What do we do here? This is pretty good. We rarely go over 6. Kind of like that. I don't know if this is worth it. Theoretically, we could get the starter. I don't know if that's worth... I mean, we're so far behind in this match. Like, what are we really risking? I guess is like a valid... it just seems bad. Okay, so I'm going first, which means that wave is probably the way. We will see. Someone stream sniping. Who knows? Who knows? Come on. It says, I have connected. Have you? Fi the guy. Uh-oh. Did Tower Sharp bug out? I don't think he's there. 62 cards in 5. I don't... Does Tower Shard load the deck, then discard on the trigger? Is that how that works? So this would be 61? Or is it actually 62 and it automatically counts it? We might not be playing this match. I don't know what's happening here. Well, we tried that. Let's try a different one. Okay, we got Azalea. I think here we probably want to go first just to mitigate the whole shenanigan, get a board presence started kind of situation. Lost in Thought. I mean, we're definitely running these two, right? For the dominate situation. The question is Lost in Thought good enough? We get the only arrow, it's like super hot, but like other than that, it seems kind of scuffed. And Ponder's really good. I'm always tempted to run that card, but I think this is not correct to run it here. So we're just gonna take the blues out, and we're gonna run these as more quote unquote D reacts, if you will. See, it loaded right up. Look at that. So here we got a couple options. We have two pretty good dragons right here. And in against Azalea, I really don't hate the idea of just ripping the tome here, getting 2 cards in the pitch zone, activating the gold piece, and then furnishing for a third, getting 3 resources to play at least these 2. Maybe even another dragon. I really don't hate that idea. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and rip it. I don't know if it's correct, but just starting with such a big board is just too tempting. I could be wrong on this. I would more than love to concede the fact that I could be very wrong on this play. But that's not gonna stop me from making it. So we go here and here because we're not looking to attack, we're looking to establish. Board state. We're gonna activate the gold piece. We draw another card. We're going to activate Furnace. Pitching a Thamai to play a Caloria and an Ubia. I like that. Chat, they didn't want it. They didn't want it, chat. They conceded. Is Dromai this easy? You just play a board on turn 1 and they give up? Is this why does this hero not convert, chat? Tell you what, I named the deck this for a reason. That's right. They didn't want the smoke. They didn't want the smoke. I'm a convert. I'll tell you that much. They said understandable. Early board into yeah. It just feels bad to like play the tome without any actual like reason. But like I saw the Uvia and I was like, that's a real problem for Azalea. If you can just put something down that just sits there and generates those ash wings, like that has to be good. Has to be good. We had another runner. Is everybody just scared? It's gonna sit there and do that. Oh, are you gonna stay this time? And this you want to start with tempo. Droma plus Nathan. 2 don't convert. It's like a double negative. I mean, makes sense. Makes sense. Run it. Oh, he's actually gonna play. Okay. I don't need like dust or anything. I think we're just going to run these in the event of these. And just say run it, because I'm not scared of no fatigue. I can play around it. Chat, I've played like 40 games of Dromai. I'm basically an expert. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. Okay, we have a whole slew of cards. Okay, and we didn't run Remembrance because we're not scared. That's fine. So, what is happening? Quelling Slaves? Blossom of Spring? Bro. What is happening? banish a card that costs 2 or less, so I need to make sure it's a target that he would. I do not want him to blow up an Uvia, so I'm going to put that to the bottom because we're very likely to take damage on this next turn because he snapped it on turn 0 for whatever reason. I'm just trying to protect the Uvia on the top of the deck. I would love to draw the Uvia, but, you know. Just to play another one? Sure. You got it. You want a mask here? Oh. Chat, do we do it to him? Is it tummy time? Let me do the math, make sure I don't mess this up. So if we go Tome, we draw 2 cards, we go up to 5. We pitch 2, that's 2 resources. We furnace to 3, and then we have 2 more cards in our hand. Right? Well, either way, it doesn't matter. We're going to Tome this turn. Our hand doesn't do a whole lot without it. Do I want to pitch? I would love to pitch double chroma for late cycle. That sounds pretty fun. Oh, that's such a good pitch stack right there. All 3 of those. So we go 2 here, and then we furnace to 3, and then boop. Yep. Do we even blow this up? I'll be honest with you. We're just actually doing this to, like, nope. We're actually doing this just to, like, make a bunch of ash and get a pitch stack going. Because this, I mean, this gets popped, right? Like, there's no way really around that. This could be wrong. I mean, you're kind of right, chat, but this saves us a card in deck. I kind of like that. Obviously, he can recur it, obviously, but and we have the pitch stack going. So now we just need to establish Uvia, arsenal this, and then go from there. I don't really care about this hitting. It's not really affecting me in any way. We could block here and then sink. No other real information. It was an arsenal, so yeah, I can't block with furnace here because it could get shredded, and we don't want that. So we're just gonna let it hit. Yeah, maybe I misplayed that, chat. Maybe I overvalued. I got too excited when I saw Tummy Time. I think I messed that up. I think playing the Mirror Guys and the Chromeyes out was the 100% the right play. That's my fault. I'll take the blame for that one. Just got too excited. Okay, but we do kind of need to play to that. We do need to play to that second cycle since it is so strong. So what I'm going to try and do is establish an Uvia. Hopefully he leaves it there for a little while, and we can convert this ash to ash wings and just poke with the ash wings. I don't want. I'm definitely not swinging with Uvia, but I'm not even a fan of swinging with Yindarai really. What's he gonna do with that whole hand? Like, I don't want it to get popped until I can actually make a push. I'm just gonna leave it there. Kind of want to just poke with ash wings and block as much as I can. is the idea. Force the aggression onto the dragons, which allows me to establish more, which slows the game down, which gets me to that chromite push. Infect. Okay. Nerve scalpel, sure. Into the Ashwing, I'm assuming? Yep. Bro, come on. What is up with Talshar lately, man? Just pass. Holy shit. Probably has a shred anyway, but what can you do? Sure, you earned it. Yep. You need a shakedown? Don't care about that. Sure. You got it. So here we will send the Yindi because it has Phantasm Protection. We need to get a D-reacting arsenal as quick as possible. That's for sure. So I can start playing a lot slower now that we have a decent looking board. Do have to keep the ash generation up. However, if he does ever take a turn off to clear, we do have the opportunity to just dump into the gold, worst case scenario, to kind of refuel that for the Uvia if he doesn't take out the Uvia. Because we're never swinging Uvia this whole game. No shot. Unless, like, I know for a fact he doesn't have one. We just pass here. We got in our damage. We're cool. Those are reactions. We are on the Dragon Queen, DM Armatum. Thanks for joining. Amazing job on the coverage this past weekend. It was awesome to watch. Had a good time. And this decision point is very easy. If he leaves the Uvia alone, we do not care about the rake because we're not going to have the ash advantage to cover it, basically. So basically, this is a very low priority in the event that he does not take out the Uvia. Okay, Blossom of Spring. What is happening? One or less. Sure, you can have it. What is he going to razor it? Or is he just going to shred the crap out of it? Oh, did he send that into a dragon? Oh, he sent it to Mirga. Oh, okay. I wasn't even paying attention, chat. Okay, so in that event, this becomes a lot easier. What we can do is we can go ahead and get caught back up on Ash and then lay it out with the rake because we only need one of these reactions. So let's go ahead and do that. there's no reason not to. We can go ahead and get rid of this because this guarantees a red that's like really playable. So we'll just go here and here. That's good. We can just go ahead and jam this. See what's on top. Gives us information for this card here, which is very important, obviously. Definitely care about that one. And then we know he's gonna have a popper here because he literally did nothing on his turn. And specifically targeted that dragon. So, which is okay, because we're gonna throw the Ashwing, and he's gonna pop more than likely, and then we will just furnace away the Snatch Arsenal of the D-React for protection. If not, then maybe he thinks I'll swing with the Yindarai. Not entirely sure, but I'm not going to risk it here. There's no reason to. I'm just gonna go and throw the Snatch. If it hits, we'll rip the red and then furnace it away for more Ash. And we're just gonna keep playing this slow game. No reason to like rush or anything like that. We have control, we have board state, we have Ash, we have everything that we really need. This hand, pretty good, pretty good. Isolate. Oh, we're good with this hand. Sure. You got it. Put that into Arsenal as well. So what we'll do is we could really play this. So we could go. It's tough here because I want to play this actually. Well, no, he doesn't have. Yeah, he doesn't have an Arsenal. So we're gonna get rid of this. We need to bank this to prolong the game. So we have a lot of Ash, but this isn't on hit, which kind of changes things. So, and we have Obia to keep cranking out Ashwing. So Rake's not really a high priority here. Let's go ahead and get that. We'll go ahead and play this down. Go ahead and get the Ashwings going. And because he has no Arsenal, I am going to jab with the Kyloria. There's just like, you know, there's not a reason not. It's a low health dragon anyway. And he could very easily like double dagger clear it. So like losing this one to Phantasm's not huge. And we do need to apply pressure on the hand. Yep. You got it. Just keep building. Easy as that. Easy as that. Plot twist. He runs Regicide. Well, isn't that? I'm pretty sure that's an Arachne specialization. I hope it is anyway. So this one's pretty easy. Think we just jam here and say, show me what you got. Yep, we transform, we lay this down to give go again, we transform, we go ba-ching. Same thing. We make him take the 4 damage before he gets to the valuable stuff and then make him make a choice. At least they're passing priority quickly. Go ahead and get this in. It at least guarantees 1 damage. And if he pops it, that's fine. We got all the protection. The drill my way. Really making good use out of the furnace. Yeah, that was the first thing that was like the learning curve. Was kind of like knowing when to do it and when not to. Sure, you got it. Sure, you got it. Oh, he's so good. Has phantasm protection due to the other. Why are we playing this game? I mean, you know, look, beggars can't be choosers because basically we played the first match, everything went smooth. It was kind of a meme. It was like, you know, the control Viscera, which is obviously a bad matchup. But then we ran into an Azalea. I played 2 dragons turn 0 after toming, and they conceded the game. Then we ran into a Phi. Took him 5 minutes to decide which Phoenix Flame to put in the graveyard, and so then we got into the first game that we thought would actually fire. Basically, was kind of the way it worked. You got it. You know, you're right, Dark Odious, especially when they're going up against a seasoned master Dromai player that's played 40 games of Dromai. They just don't stand a chance, right? This is no reactions, right? Well, sure, you got it, boss. There's nothing I can do. Like, you have forced my hand, literally. Sure. So it banishes the top card of my deck. Sure, you got it. I'll never recover. About to make a whole bunch more of that. Okay, we don't need 2 of these. This turns off D reacts. I kind of like that. I think we just play this. Furnace here. Probably hold 2 Ash. And then we have this, so we go here first. March the Ash Wings down. I can't wait until I can take the blood out of my deck. If I learned anything from Battlehard Milwaukee chat this weekend, it's the best Droma players are lurking in the shadows. DM, you have no clue how correct that statement is. I've never seen so much, you know, every like class or hero kind of has like a group of people that collectively like are involved with discussions and stuff like that. I think drove my. I don't want to lump everybody into a category, but there's like some feisty Droma players. Like there are some that disagree with a lot of things a lot of the time, and yep, not saying they're wrong. I mean, hell, they might be right, but who knows? Yep, you got it. You got it. You got it. You earned it. We got more defense. Clear them ash wings. They do not back down. They do not back down. They would make good bononos. I had a ball laughing about all the stuff over the coverage. I mean, that was hilarious. The coverage at Battle Hard Milwaukee. If there's anybody in chat that has not, I'm sure everybody's seen it. But I mean, I was having a blast listening to Flake and DM over that. It was truly hilarious. It really was. I don't want this to hit, but I'm kind of low on ash. But like, I don't know. Who cares? Oh, he threw it in the mirror, guys, so it didn't matter. Cool. Chat trolled by ASMR. Oh, we're gonna leave one up. We're gonna burn them all. We're gonna play Billowing because it's damage, and we're not gonna convert the Ashwing. Then we're gonna make another Ash. And we're gonna do the same thing. My favorite part was how we got asked what StarCraft race we favor. I mean, you know, you have to. Who else is gonna report on the important topics, if not them two? It's as simple as that. Pop it. Sure. Oh, we got the one. That's the one that closes the game. This one's over, chat. Not the Tame. What will we do? Let's get a little bit of information. What's better, this or an Ash? Probably this. To speed the game up a little bit. Looking out for you, chat. But we could make an Ash and Ash Wings for the next couple of turns. Yeah, we could. We could. Yep, 4. We're going to drop these 2 down. And get it moving. Probably could have held the Yidra to hide information, but, you know. The game's pretty jover. We have 2 action points, so he has to have 2 poppers in the last 2 cards of his hand for it to be. Never expected him to be a filthy Protoss player. I was a Terran player myself for the very little amount of StarCraft 2 that I played. I tried to get into Zerg a little bit, but like I don't know, just didn't do it. You got another one for me? Who in chat said this wasn't going to second cycle? Oh, double burn them all to close it. Sure. Oh, we got us. Oh, we got us. I think he meant to put that to the bottom of his deck. Bro, he really wanted to undo that, bro. And then we snap it. Normally, I would furnace one of these away in Arsenal one. But I'm trying to like end this game quicker. Sure. He should die to the Chroma attack because it has the double arcane trigger on it. Pummel Zuri. Nice. Should be GG. All right, we did it. Let me update the... I haven't updated this win-loss thing in like so long. But we're 3-0 because we're counting the Azalea that conceded. Because we just had a nuts opening. And we take those. So here we go. Into another one. If you want to get a game, just try to catch it. I just started one. Hopefully we can get a good game. Like, I mean, this one. Oh, we got inertia in the building. Okay. Here we want to. We don't want. If we establish a board up front, then they, like Warrior's Valor to the Dragon, and swing at us. That applies both board pressure and pressure on us. So I think we want to go second here. Even though they could do like some shenanigans. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. So if we're going second, we run the Seekers for the Ash generation. We're obviously going to run these. He can farm dragons. That is a threat. But I think we have to be relatively like... We'll throw one of those in just to make sure. Might get me killed, but I've never played this matchup, so... Sharpen steel, why not? Got him. Oh, I did want wave? Oh. Well, we did not want this. I can tell you that. So what we'll do is... Obviously, we want to keep one of those, but we need to build a board. We really need to build a board. So let's go here and here. Okay. Little early, but I like it. What we'll do is we'll go here. Snap furnace here. Do not build a board. Really? You walk them down to 20 with just attacks, then you build a board. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to start with Necria and get some ash. How about that? And then we'll go back to not building a board. Yeah, because I guess you don't want to give them the ability to farm... you don't want to give them the ability to kind of farm dragons. That's bad business, right? Because that's what he's going to do here, more than likely. Yep, into Necria, which will kill it, of course. Well, my hand doesn't do anything else, so I have to play the Calori. I don't have a choice. Unfortunately. I'm reluctantly building a board, Dark Odious. The hand really didn't do a whole lot else. So we're doing with what we got. But we do have a little bit of security. We like that. We're getting cards. That's cool too. And I don't mind the low health dragons either because... Oh, we get to steal the copper? Yes. Who doesn't want to do that? Copper sucks. Pitch my whole hand. Draw a card. Yep, you're going to run into Caloria, sure. Popper there. That's important. Does those hit? Do not make an Ashwing. Okay. So we have 4 here. We don't want to play that. We do want to stop the counter. All right. Well, we're gonna make him swing at us and not the dragons. We'll try Dark Odious' game plan. Build some board all in one go. Which, I mean, that makes perfect sense. Wait for a tome, make a big board, call it a day, right? We do not. We got all the ash on the planet. Yindra is kind of cool, though. Yellow Fighting Spirit. We have double... I have never played this matchup before. Sink below 5. Okay. What happens here? Is there any block prio? Like, is there anything we're not trying to give up? Don't really care. Sure. Shunt, you got it. Waiting for the right hand. I like this one for the armor. Sure. With only one card in hand, I think it's safe to make the Ashwing here. We have plenty of ash anyway. No real... Like, if he wants to swing 5 into the Ashwing, that's perfectly fine. This seems like high value for the null rune to kind of close it out. If it does go a little bit longer, I might be kind of overthinking that a bit. So if we take this 3, we can go 1, 2. We can go 3 wide. That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this the right way. We go here into here. We're doing it right. 3 dragons at a time, right? Might be too early. I don't know. I might be doing it too early. Got some damage in. Uh-oh. So he's going to swing 6 into Yindra probably. Close out the Chromai. It's not bad. This is really early. We're not... You said around 20. He's at 20 now. What do you want from me? He's at 20 now. That's going into who? Sure. Got a popper. That play was pretty hot. The counters are getting up. We might as well get the damage in. Mm-hmm. Get them counters. Get all them counters. The problem is going to be if we walk into a... if we walk into a popper here, it's going to get rough. Which is why I'm going to send the damage over the rake. I'm going to arsenal the rake, like. Oh, not that. This. It doesn't look that early to me, Dark Odious. Come on. I think we're doing just fine. I think we just won the game. Okay. So we definitely want to play this. Bring a card. Is there any way we play both? We need 5 pitch. We have to go pitch, pitch. Furnace is 4. We're short. Which means if we're short, we're just gonna go and get rid of these 2. Pitch and Dominion. We could play that, or we could Furnace, or we could play that too. Yeah, I like that. So I think I'm way overthinking this. And then we just Furnace here. Go. Let me see that hand. Let me get that papa. Excuse me for not knowing you pre-stacked your first cycle. You don't? You don't do that? Who doesn't pre-stack their first cycle? better players draw better. That's like it's like a flesh and blood fact. Everybody knows that. Double popper? No way. Should be perfectly fine though. Use the 2 floating, stack gold, draw a card, pitch red, furnace, yeah. We don't have gold, bro. We have copper. We're poor right now. Get them Dawn Blade counters. Okay, you have gotten all my dragons. Burn them all. Inflation hitting hard. We down to copper. That's a fact. Yep, you can have the pop there. That's cool. We'll just keep on doing our thing. Yep, you get a bajillion counters. Pretty sure this hand wins. Unless they draw double pop, but they've pitched 2 yellow fighting spirits. So I know we're not anywhere near the other 2, and we've seen 2 CNCs in the same hand when I did the Dominia. So this should just get there, I would like to think. Yeah, I was thinking about the double rake, but I don't know. I was kind of worried about getting Lone Ash. Maybe that could be my inexperience with the playing. Mm-hmm. Pew. Mm-hmm. I think R-swing that was incorrect. Think about it. One more armor left. No more armor left. And this gets a card. So 3-card hand. They can clear 2, which means we still get the I think we got this. I could be wrong. Yeah, they should do it. How many chroma we got left? None. Okay. If we play another one, we get to do both these, but we can do both these anyway. So I think we're just gonna bank it. Save it for next turn. And then this will rip the hand and allow. This rips the whole hand and resets counters, which is game. That should just remove the win con, right? I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure that's right. So we go here. We say yes. We go here and here. And then we play. Should have a yellow fighting spirit in this hand or the next one. Not entirely sure. But we'll present a breakpoint here with no phantasm. Yep. There's the other one. So we're done with the poppers. So next turn, we win the game. I promise, chat. We got there. We got there. All right, let's do another one. I never played that matchup before, but Drove my pretty good. Drove my pretty good. Just saying. All right, so we got a Leviathan. Now this is a tough one. Okay, we're gonna have to work for this one, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going first, which means we won't wave. We also want this. This is crucial to our win con. We want this. We want this. We want this. I think. Okay. I don't really want that in Arsenal, to be honest with you. I think it's correct to do this and then just furnace this away because we really don't want that either. I think that's correct. Feel free to let me know in chat if you feel it is not. Okay, we're not counting that one, chat. Don't know what happened there. Dash. Dash is a cool one. Okay. Are we going first or second? Let me know. If you want it, good. Okay. So they're going first. We're going second. So I think we run Seeker's Myth. Start with the Ash. Seems like an interesting matchup, actually. I don't think Lost in Thought's that good. I think we just run the standard package. I don't think we need to be fancy. Just play what works. I think. I don't know. About to find out. Good start. You need to hedge for control. What a hand. Like, are you talking about hedging, like, as far as, like, as much as, like, chromite dust or just, like, Lost in Thought or Remembrance? What level of hedge against control do you mean? Sorry, just zerged the board. Look, we got Ash. Here's another 4. That was a pretty good turn. 4, 4, 4, 3. 2 on hits. What you got for me? Give me that card. Give me that card. Thank you. I'll pass, put that in arsenal. Could be good later on, you know. Never know. Lost in Thought is fine regardless. Seems good. Yeah, Chroma Dust seems too far. Yep. Remembrance plus Lost in Thought. You need to hedge if there's Tree Frog. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm assuming we're popping Chroma. Yeah, good play, good play. His hand kind of plays itself. Play, pitch, furnace, play. Although playing Uvia with this low on Ash, it's a big old butt though. Like, it might be worth it. Big old booty on Uvia. This is a lot of items out really quick. I'll be honest with you. Kind of got me worried a little bit. I'll be honest with you. I kind of want to push damage here and not build up this board. Not enough Ash to warrant Uvia. But it is like a, you got to take care of this kind of situation, so. Could we have a link to the list? Yeah, I'll put it in general chat in our Discord when the stream's over. So if you're not in our TheCardGuyz Discord, there's a link in the stream description. Click on that, join the Discord. I will put it in our general text chat after the stream. More than willing to share. I think we'll leave it there. Not worth poking the 1 damage. I don't think. I could be wrong. Not really focused on pushing life. Maybe that's part of the plan. I don't know how. I haven't seen a non. I want to get this in Arsenal ASAP, but we'll see what he targets with that. Oh, me. He's only boosted twice, so we'll show these two. So we don't have to. That makes sense. I want to save this. I want to save this for when I can apply multiple points of pressure and we get that last piece of armor. That way it kind of throws for a loop. He might pop this Yindarai, but I think it's worth it. worth the risk. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not a pop. That's not a pop. Let's see. Thankfully, I think heavy hitters most likely would join my party because yikes. Yep. Double, triple, in the pitch stack. Yep. Don't Kasai. That'd be the day. Pitching a red, not really scared of the threat of this turn, so there's no reason we can't just sink this. Hmm. See if we can sniff out a popper. I don't mind if he pops this. We'll furnace, hang on to these two. Yep, and we'll go ahead and play this one to apply pressure. Since he is admitted, this will get one card and that, which kind of like slows him down a little bit, and we can do it again next turn. Should I? Okay. Should have played both, which, yeah, that, you're right. You're right, Darkodes. I guess I was worried about a popper there because I haven't seen just the payload. I think is the only popper we've seen. I think I definitely see the logic there, though. Makes sense. I guess I was being a little too scared of the popper. Into an Ashwing or me. It's the last two cards out of hand, which lets me keep the Chromai, which prevents the popper on the next turn, and that should win the game. We have the gold as backup and the starter guaranteed. Should close it out. Okay. In this situation, we might as well go ahead and gold. Yeah, we can play that. And we will. Right after he pops. Still have an action point. Get the boots. GG. 36. 36. Chat, we've played 5 games, and I don't think we've been under 30 life. So, I will admit that some of them have been, you know, favorable matchups. But I underestimated how favorable these matchups are. It's actually insane. It's actually insane. Another one? Another one? Another one. You have not played a single person who popped correctly. Yep. I can't believe that. They're going first. You said I needed wave. I'll take your word for it. So we need to go here, here, there. Lost in Thought's pretty good, right? To get the popper, but seems not worth. No, you're good. You're good. The tumble tie at the end was pretty gross. That was a pretty gross one. Let's see. Just run it like this. Yeah, do not play Lost in Thought. Yeah, it's too risky. It's fancy when you hit the it's fancy when you hit the one popper they have in their hand, but you know. Illusionist demands perfect play from the opponent, which is really rough. You get punished extremely hard against them for a single misplay. Yep. Wow. Actually, wow. That's pretty good play. Start with an Ash. and 3 extra life for 3 armor. Wow. Dark Odious, the game's easy. Game's easy. Don't play dragon unless you can play 3. Preferably when they're at lower life. Well, they're already at almost lower life. So we're accomplishing all the goals in one fell swoop. Holy shit. What is happening? Oh, he's going all in. Okay. So he's going to pop courage, pop bolters. So with bolters, that means that we have to be worried about a triple attack from the twinning blade. So we are on blocking duty in this scenario. Let's see what he's got. Pop courage. No. Pitch sink below. I'm gonna deny your singing steel blade, I think. Yep. I think I'm gonna deny your singing steel blade. Pop bolters. Took all that damage really quickly. Has glint. Which means twinning has to be on the table. I'm going to deny your singing once again. I don't know if you thought I was going to give it to you. Okay, puncture. Okay. Sure. So no matter what I did, you were getting over it. But all your armor is almost gone. So we want to waste the value on the Brave Forge. So let's go ahead and play the Kyloria. Attack with it. If he doesn't have the popper, it's a card and Brave Forge. Has the popper, which means we will furnace the Yenderawe. And Arsenal Snatch, because we need a pressure life total more. And on a 3-card hand, I can math out what he's trying to do. I might not care though. That's a pretty good hand, if you do say so myself. Okay, courage into... Okay. Yeah. You got it. Sure. Okay, my turn. What is my turn? So we got this into that. We have get some popper information going first. No popper. Extra action point. I messed that up. I should have played the Kyloria first. Because now I'm going to reset the chain and gets another block out of it. Unfortunate. I misplayed. You have too much air in your deck to pivot yet. I mean, I see what you. So they're presenting a lot of damage. I have like very key dragons, right? I have basically the 3 best dragons in this matchup in my hand. I have to either block with them, which means I'll never see him again, or make a push, right? If you're blocking with the key cards when you get them, because we can't just eat it, right? And then like, I don't know. I could be mistaken somewhere. This is very good. Eight reactions in the 60. But if you draw the reactions, you just use them to pay into the 1 cost stuff, right? Or the whatever costs more than that. What do we got? Thinking. So 2 cards in hand. Possibilities are kind of low. 8's a good spot to be at. We can stop 8. Pitching a red, that tells a lot. Yeah, we had a kind of awkward hand there, but like we're perfectly fine, I would assume, like shutting this hand down and then just keep pushing. Like here, we can block so much here. Reset the counter. He's already at half life. And then we keep pushing with these. Are you dead? Don't they just farm your dragons right now? They can try. I mean, I'm going to build them up faster than she can tear them down. That's their choice. Chromai, sure. Do you want to go into Mirgar or into me? The last several games I've played, Chromai doesn't even have to respect Tori. Not for real. Congratulations, you found a place where your opponent has 30% chance. Oh, not like that. Not like that. Okay, here we definitely take priority in this fashion. Pitching a popper. Interesting choice there. So in this situation, we'll go here. Here, and then they'll pass to me. I'll play this. They'll play something. Glad we got there. Reset the counters. These are pretty good cards, if I do say so myself. Don't need to wait for second cycle, but in concept you can play them rather similarly depending on the red line list. I don't care. I mean, we could lay down the hand. We actually could lay down the hand. He can't swing again if he goes over. So, and we can poke Chromine Mirror Guy for a 5 damage rotation at 17 value. Four card 17 or blocked 11, 16. That's good value. It was a good hand, but like multiple draw card effects. But he does swing again there, which is another like 16. He was threatening 17, which kind of made me a little uncomfortable. Going to 6 against Dory, not being able to close the game, more than likely. I think I can slow it if they go at me. Okay, is it at me? Okay, we have a lot of different things that could happen here. We are worried about twinning a little bit, but we've seen one blocked. In fact, blocked last turn, which means you either don't have a guaranteed source of go again, or you drew 2. Pitched to glint last turn, you have glinted. Overpower's not that bad because if it's overpower, you blocked with a route, right? No, pitched to route. I think we just go here. I think that's the idea. Yep. We only get blown out by Iron Song response. Look at the top card. We love it. We block it out. We get to apply pressure, which we love. Go ahead and get that out of here. Pass on the last one. Keep something in the bank. Send the most important first because it's got Phantasm protection. You know, the good stuff. The good stuff. Mara's in the chat. What's up? Thanks for joining. Send it. Send it. We do like Tome. Save the pop right here. Okay. Sure. Yeet. Into the chroma, I'm guessing. Send the Yindi. We'll send Merrick first. Most important. No popper. Or you're saving it. I'm fine with either one. Probably not happy to see that one. Free Ash, probably keep in the bank. No reason to transform here. No extra action point. G. All right. All right, chat. That's 6. 6 in a row. Certified Dromai professional because I can win the matches I'm supposed to. Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Who's not on snaps? Chat, life is too short to not run Snapdragon scalers. I don't know how else to say it. Life's too short. Snap or get snapped. Okay, we got Azalea. We're going to go first on this one because, yeah. Kind of want to make some Ash to get going. Start the play, and we need these in lieu of these. And run it. Life too short to play fatigue. I've never heard something more true than that. All right. We got to play it, right? We got to play this, right? Wait, what the hell is going on? Okay. I really want to play this. Get a board going. It's so tense. I got to do it. Get the ash rolling. Definitely don't need this. I don't think we do Dominia, as lovely as that would be. We're definitely not casting this one. We take Uvia over that one. We could go gold into a draw and see what we get. It's kind of awkward. Everything's very expensive. Man, this is tough. I'm too inexperienced for this. We haven't furnished yet, so like the conservative play would be Uvia's got to be good in this matchup. Has to be. Let's do this. Let's play this. Start cranking Ash out. We'll get a little greedy and put Dominion Arsenal. Probably messed that hand up. Just do neck and Uvia. Uvia, Furnace, neck. Or just Furnace, Dominia. Yeah, I did none of those. Sorry about that. We got greedy, you know? Yeah, I messed that up. I did not see that line. I'm not going to lie. Withering Shot. Dangerous. Nimblism. This is easy, though. Hear me out. Hear me out. We could easily just eat all this. Right? And then play Dominia and have Ash for the rest of the game. Dark Odious, you're not being positive enough. We have a Dominia that will be played next turn because I don't want it to be there forever. What is happening? What are these cards? I saw like 14 different cards rotate from Arsenal. I'm being positive. I'm positive you misplay. Look, even before chat criticized, right? I admitted I messed it up. And now what is happening? What are you doing? Are we good now? Send it. We're just balling, chat. There's no reason behind this other than we're gonna get his only attack. Rip. Sometimes. What is this deck? I'm trying to understand it, and I'm not having an easy time. But a mirror guy right here would be kind of good. Yeah. So we have misplayed this game, but we're winning. This is cyberbullying, but he's got remembrance, chat. It's fine. He's got remembrance. All part of the plan. Run it. Now look. I know it's wrong to play this, chat, but that won't stop us. When have you ever had both? I mean, what else does the hand do, right? We could rabble. We could, dust up. Like, all that sounds fine and dandy. Or, chat, we could send it. Oh, God. Is this real? Is this really happen? I mean... You send a Minia first to get the popper if there is one. We'll get the only attack again. Then we'll blow up the equipment. Is this me? This is so mean. Oh, you can blow up Quiver? We'll get Deep Blue. We'll get Quiver next time. Look, this may not be the most competitive gameplay, chat. But where else are you going to get this type of entertainment? Let's be honest. When have you ever seen a board like this? Oh, you have an arsenal, sir. This is so messed up. This is actually a war crime. Okay, I'll get rid of this attack. Because it blocks 3. And then we'll go here. Then we'll go there. Oh, it doesn't have a defense value, so it doesn't actually blow it up. Well, that's no fun. Can't attack me again. Maybe you should stop being reporting this stream to my local authority. Oh, that was so messed up. We're not counting that one. We're not putting yellow symbol. Oh, okay. That wasn't the most competitive thing on the planet, but that was a good time. That was a good time. Oh, man. It's a good example of how some people should just order takeout. Okay, this is actually a cool matchup. I mean, I'm probably like super favored, but like, it's at least interesting. I'm gonna go super defensive with it. in the event that he... this is probably unnecessary. This is probably fine. And then he's going first, and he wants to attack me. So we'll go Seekers. Big boy looking for a game. But he's playing Take Flight. But just CNC. Yeah, I got it. I'll take the 1. Really wanted to keep the chroma. I wonder if it's actually worth keeping a super high value dragon like that and just not starting at higher life. Oh, this is a Lost in Thought matchup. Not every game goes to fatigue, Nathan. Yeah. You know what? That's an extremely valid point. But maybe it's one I don't want to consider. Have we ever thought about that? No. I'm so fatigued, like that's like the number one thing that I worry about. Because I just hate to lose games of Flesh and Blood like that. That I make sure that, like, I don't care what happens, I'm not losing to no fatigue. It ain't happening. Okay. Here. Obviously, we rake. But if he has the popper, that's kind of unfortunate. Because then we go ashless. Kind of sketchy. I guess we do it that way. Because if he doesn't pop, we can just play this and then we can convert 1. We miss 1 damage, but it's like the safer play, I guess. Nathan's going to consider... Oh, against Phi, I'm taking 6 damage to save a chroma. That was sarcasm. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay, so no popper. So we missed out on 1 damage. Unfortunate, but that's okay. That is okay. Life's too short. Play snaps. Go face. That's right. It's a fact. Couldn't have said it better myself. Wait a second. Uh-huh. Look at that. Yeah. Look at me making plays. Look at me making plays. This homie's about to blow me up. Plain and simple. Thank God we have blocks. We blocking all this. We ain't blocking that, but we blocking a lot. If he pitches a red here, okay, the yellow. I have a rule. I never, ever block take flight unless it's lethal. Then we consider it. Beacon. Yep. Valiant thrust. That's what I'd do too. When it has go again, without using soul, and you have the one floating, and you get to raiding after, that's kind of hot. It's not good enough, but it's pretty cool. Sure. You have one soul, good sir. Fatigue your opponent instead? I can't believe I didn't think about that. Oh, no. Oh, no. What will we ever do? I know this homie's got a courageous steel hand. I know for a fact. Oh, he's hitting the Ashwing to fill the soul. Sure. I don't think the math checks out on that one, homie. I was ready to block. I was excited to block, to be honest with you. I was looking forward to it. Not so much. Can't fatigue me with raiding. Plus, they must not know who I am. Can't fatigue me. He's gonna pop this though. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Your money back. Or not. That's cool. Why in the past couple games do people just like hate armor? Like to the point to where I think they're like allergic to it. They're like, oh man, I'm above 30 and there's no on hit damage coming at me? Block. Like this. We'll keep the go again starter. What do Dromos play it or call it? Is it called a starter? Is that the terminology that's widely adapted? Regular, degular. No, apparently the nickname The Abacus is catching on, in case anybody didn't know in chat. Not going to say where from. V of the Vanguard. Pretty good when it comes off a tunic counter. Starter, chain ender, yep. It's called a red card with go again. Okay. How many did he play? Or did... Oh, he charged 3 cards. That is illegal play in Flesh and Blood. What is happening in these games? Sure. This card just healed me 6 life. understand. Okay. That's kind of good. I don't think I really care, but I mean, it's neat. Hey, look. Bro's Rabble's going to sleep with 3. Oh, man. I messed up the sequencing. I thought I had to do this in, like, I should have played the Chromai, attacked with Chromai, then Furnace, then played Kyloria. Don't worry, chat. I caught the mistake before you guys roast me for it. We got there. We got there. I shouldn't have given the information that Kyloria is on the way. Feels really good to catch mistakes like right when you make them. That means you're close. That means you're close. That's not a popper. Weird looking max velocity. No kidding. I guess doing it this way is actually not that bad because if this does hit, it does give me like a furnace target. Fortunately, it didn't. Sad. Dust up. Such a good card. 0 for 4, just like Briar. Blocks 3, though. What a world. What a world. Feels even better to be told your mistakes when they pick up your deck round 4 and deck check. That's a fact. That's a fact. I need some ash. He's kind of clearing dragons a lot, so I think the Uvia takes higher priority over the... But if the Kyloria hits, we have the ability to furnace into the Necrio, which would be a cool play. Yeah, I thought about that more, but I thought holding the Ash would be the better play because I was on 0. So could have done it, but I took the conservative route, you know. Had to play it safe, if you will. We get Tunic or a D-React. Which one's it going to be on this Kyloria? I need Ash plays Uvia. Look, it's all part of that. Okay, look. Look, it sounds way worse when you say it like that, Mara. It sounds way worse than it actually is. See? You have to believe, Mara. It was all part of the plan. It was all part of the plan. And now we get even more ash. We get all the ash. Every bit of it. I need ash. Play Uvia. The worst part was I even converted the Ashling on the Uvia. That's the worst part of that. Oh man. Oh god. This is too good. This is quality stuff here, chat. Droma is a hard deck. You need to find out what you need and act on it. Yeah, I got the first part down. It's the second. Okay, we're ready to be on defense. Let me have it. I hope he's got a reaction. Because I ain't giving this go again. Oh, he's putting it into Uvia. Sure. Okay. Nathan, where you hit on the head on the way back home from Vegas? Ash management is the most crucial part from both sides of this matchup. Easy to find a line, but not the line. That's a fact. That is a fact. We got a pretty spicy board though right now. This is looking kind of hot. God, that's hilarious. Chad, I need Ash. Play Uvia, transform Ashwing. Oh, it's too good. Oh, can't stop, won't stop. He's just drawing all the cards. Let's go. Bro, what is happening? Are you banishing or playing or both twice? Nice. Nice. Oh, and you're going to kill the Chroma? Oh, okay. Okay. Can't wait for him to say we need a couple more Ash. Play sand cover, play rake. Put just cards in the furnace and pest. Oh, it's so good. It's so, oh, his turn's not over. What's happening? Oh, that's right. He had 13 and a half soul from charging via the Vanguard 14 times. Bro, he just beaming bravadoed an Ashwing. Let's go. This one's for chat. We're running low on Ash, chat. We gotta play our rake since we're so low on Ash. We have to. The Bolton's kind of doing a lot of things and nothing relevant at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. This is not the Josh Lau variant. I feel like Droma just wins so many matches on hero reveal. I don't want to say win. Like nobody's 100% into anything, but like you're just like a lot of matchups just because the way illusionists work. A lot of heroes just don't have the toolkits to really combat it. Or they have the toolkits, but they can't like afford to incorporate them and then have winning matchups into everybody else. Coast to 0 ash all the time. Running low on ash? Nah. This rabble has been in our arsenal patiently, just waiting for when we don't draw a starter since the second turn of the game. If he doesn't have a reaction, we can block with the Azrael and the armor up to 5 to stop the Bolton trigger. Of course, he doesn't have soul either, so like this is where Bolton falls apart, is when he's on the back foot and has no soul. Borvo. Borvo. What's happening right now? Is it that good of a V? Is it that good? Okay. You got the Necria. Something down. This is where the chat is. Careful, we'll start getting into bonobo facts. It's a thin line. Oh, then raiding into an Ashwing. God. I kind of feel for the opponents. Like, you're never winning the match if you're giving 5 damage of value to an Ashwing. We need to do a video on that is just dedicated to how to play against Dromai. No, we don't. Ashwings have taunt? I didn't know. I had no idea. Do not, don't do it. Well, I mean, there's a great learning opportunity in this situation because there's so many people that think adding 6 poppers is how you. That just like adding 6 poppers is... Oh, they say good game. I don't know what happened there. I should have led with the rabble because of the way the hand is. Let's fix that real quick. It's about action point economy, right? I'm not ending my turn. What? It's about action point economy and understanding tempo swings. And if you can do that, then you're in a way better spot. Astronomically better spot. Let me chat with you fine people for a little bit, and then we will close the stream out. Yeah, that's like one thing that I noticed today during the games. So like, not all of them. I'm not saying all the people that I played against didn't know how to play against Stromae. Not saying that in the least bit. What I am saying is that a majority of the matches, I feel like people just didn't have like a fundamental understanding of what they're supposed to be doing, and I think we can create a good learning opportunity there. And here's my biggest point on the poppers, right? If you say you run a deck where you run like a clean resource curve. We'll use Viscera as an example, right? You do the whole shrill, what now would be reaping blade, whatever you're doing, right? And then you throw like 6 to 7 poppers in the deck. What you're gonna do is you're gonna draw a hand that has 2 of them, and you might pop one and might stop the turn. But then what are you doing on the crackback, right? So you abruptly stop their turn, okay? And you get positive value on your popper. However, because you probably are not being very productive on your turn, you're giving everybody, or you're giving the Droma player the opportunity to recreate said board and make another push if you're not being extremely productive while using poppers, right? And that's why if you do run them, don't run a lot of them. Run like 3. I think if you can get I think if you can get like a nice popper in a nice spot and you're still being proactive through the rest of the game, I think it's enough to win. Easy. So that's the biggest thing that I've noticed. Was unless your plan revolves around like a fatigue strategy, then the popper, makes sense. But really ask yourself the question: Bravo runs approximately 37 poppers in his list, and it's not a great matchup for him, right? Poppers is not the answer every single time. You need to be productive. You need to apply a lot of pressure, okay? The strategies are going to change depending on your hero, but you need the best advice in one sentence that I can give you against Stromae is absolutely maximize the opportunity cost associated with Droma playing dragons. It's that simple. Okay? This could be Lexi like taxing their hand via hamstring shots, frostbites, whatever the case. If they have to spend a whole extra card to establish a dragon, then they're creating less dragons. Therefore, you can apply more pressure and spend less effort cleaning the board if you're even trying to clean the board. So just some key takeaways that I noticed. But that's some of the biggest stuff. But I had a blast. We actually got Tomotai, Dominia, Kyloria, a couple Ashwings, and I think a Chromai on the board all at one time. All at one time, chat. We did it. Achievement unlocked. Okay. Had a lot of fun. Sorry that the internet was a little sus at the very beginning when going over the new set. Super excited about the new set. I'm 99.9% positive it is not a single brute class set. I think we'll get a new talent, maybe Gladiator or something like that, and there'll be multiple classes. Like I said earlier, my speculation is we will have Evos that are weapons in the deck. So think about like Talishars that break, and you have to kind of, you basically have to kind of play your weapons from your deck. I'm just envisioning like gladiators in the movies, you know. The first, they always reach and go grab weapons, and then half the time they break during the fight, and they have to go grab other weapons, stuff like that. So kind of expecting some kind of flavorful gameplay like that. Just think of like Talishar on 3 swings, it breaks, and you have to like play another one from your deck to have a weapon kind of situation. Also Giants. Yep, we definitely saw that. We zoomed in on those pictures for sure. Not sure what that is. I'm not a lore person. That stuff just doesn't interest me as much. So please, I hope somebody does the homework and figures out what the Giants are, where they're from, all that stuff. That would be pretty cool. But had a blast with this stream. We have not done a gameplay one in quite some time, just because there's been a lot of stuff to talk about ever since Pro Tour. It's been season after season after season. We're finally getting to like a slower pace, and plus I need more reps into several different decks because, you know, old girl's gone. So but I had a lot of fun. I think it was really good. Definitely not the cleanest lines the whole day, but I will work on it. We will get better, or at least I will. Hopefully you do too, and hopefully you got some type of value from it, even if it was from chat correcting me. If you got value from that, I'll take it. But thanks again, everybody, for joining me. Really do appreciate it. I'll see everybody. I will not be at Taipei. I will see everybody at Dallas. I hope I see you there. If I do see you there, please say hey. If anybody is playing in the calling this weekend, or any other event for that matter, best of luck. Hope you do well. And I will see everybody at Dallas. Take care, everybody. Good night.